Hello, it's Nigby. I bought this piece of junk absolutely ages ago with the intention of doing something with it. What I think it's actually supposed to be is an overlifter for 3 and 5 lever mortise locks, non-curtained. It doesn't even work in that. It doesn't fit in any of the non-curtained locks that I've got. I've got a rare off day. It's raining, can't ride my bike or anything, so I thought I'd have a play about and see if I can make this do anything useful. So what to do with it? So I thought I'd try and make a 2-in-1 to fit a Chubb Battleship with it. There's a couple of problems with it as it stands at the moment, even though that post is roughly 5mm, so it just about goes in. Let's pick this up so you can see it just about goes in as a very tight fit. It doesn't fit any farther than that without any pressure. I think it'd get positively stuck. The length of that is going to be too long, because one thing you need to be quite specific with the Battleship is you can't have too long at the end on the key, because it's a blind hole, so it just needs to go far enough back to catch the bolt talon. And I don't think that this is going to be tall enough to lift the highest lever, so I'm not even sure what I'm going to do about that, if anything, but it's today's project, so I'm going to see what I can do with it. And I'm not going to show you what I'm doing. I'm just going to come back with each part of the manufacturing or adapting process, and I'll keep you updated. Or this may not go to air at all. Anyway, let's see what we can do with this. As I think it was about £8 from Amazon. As I said, it just does not work, so it's either going to get thrown away or just left on the shelf forever. So let's see what we can do with it. I'll come back to you in a little while. And back again. So this is as far as I've got. So I've shortened the tip. Well, first of all, what I did was reinforce the solder, because there was a split. Come on, focus. The whole thing was split and pressed on. So I've silver soldered the whole thing on more securely. I've shortened this length now so that it matches the key, so that it doesn't, if there's too much length on there, it pushes the tensioner too far back and it catches the lever, so it has to go in just the right amount. So that's the same as that now. I had a real problem. I got too much solder around here, and that's been an absolute sod trying to get that back. So most of my stuff requires a lot of solder rather than just a little, so it would have just been a dab, but now this does. It slides close enough forward to meet the levers. So now I've got decisions to make. As I say, I'd said in the last bit, that isn't that. So that's your tensioning part for there. And then that is the last lever number 6. So 1.5mm, which is why I tend to use a 1.5mm wire. So my picking lever has got to be thinner than 1.5mm, and it's got to be tall enough to reach that highest lever. So I've got 4.7 on there, and the tallest part of this, so if I took it all the way back to that part there, is only 3.7. I'm a millimetre short on this, so I don't really know what I'm going to do. I think the only option I could have is to cut the whole thing off and try and silver solder a new blade onto there. So I'm going to go outside and ponder that for a bit. Be back to you with what I decide. Okay, so I made the decision to completely chop the blade off. and then just cut a piece of steel and then thin it down to fit on, and silver solder it on. Don't like this side where I was over enthusiastic with my sanding, and I've taken the corner off on this side. It's only the corner, but it does make it look really uneven. This one looks, everything's nice and straight. So just now the worry is it strong enough to do the job? Find something flat surface. Yeah, everything's lining up straight. As I say, that weird sanding on the corner has really made it look uneven. So the two bits now go together. They meet nicely. I've got a nice tall picking stand. That's the original upstand for tensioning. So I just need to put it together and see if the thing works. So I'll give it a try and then come back, and hopefully I won't have lots of bits of metal just rattling around in my nice battleship. Okay, so all assembled now. That's the business picking end of it. I'm going to show it from this side because, as I say, it just looks so much better from that end. Just tried it. I have managed to pick it. Let's see if I can just pick it on camera now. So line everything up. Let's line everything up, and in it goes. Maybe a bit so you can see the tool. Okay, and then just gently apply tension, and just go through the levers. I'm quite used to picking battleships with a wire. I have to say, at the moment, I don't think I get as much feedback, maybe, but it is only the second time of picking. Okay, and there we go, and it's open. So carefully just spin everything around, and let's have a look. So yeah, everything seems to be straight and working. So there we go. I've sort of made my first 2-in-1 to pick my favourite lever padlock. Battleship focuses all over the place. I think I've got some steel coming because I want to actually make a 2-in-1. So this was a good practice for it. Yeah, I've learnt some stuff there, and I've got a sort of useful tool. Anyway, that's my rainy Friday filled.